sometimes you're going to see a problem that looks like this, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but not by that much. Let's rewrite it. I have negative 6x plus 5y equals 25. I have negative 2x minus 4y equals 14. Now I'm going to look if any of these two variables will cancel themselves out, right? Well, if I look at my x variables, negative 6 minus 2x, I cannot get 0. 5y minus 4y is 1y. It's not a 0y, right? So now I'm going to look at it. All right. What is going to be the easiest one? I can potentially multiply the 5 by 4. It will give me 20y. I can multiply the 4 by 5. It's going to give me negative 20y. And 20y minus 20y, it will cancel out. But that means I have to multiply both of these. Let's see if the x is easier. Negative 2, goes into 6, right? Negative 2 goes into 6 evenly 3 times. So I want one of those x's. Let me highlight the x. Let me put them in red. I want one of the x to be negative 6, right? And the other one to give me 0 has to be a positive 6. I don't care which one you want what. Since the top one is already negative 6, I would like to have the bottom one as a positive 6. Same number, opposite signs, right? They will cancel. It will be a 0. So I'm not going to do anything to the top equation. I will leave it as negative 6x. Now, the question comes in here, though. Negative 2. Negative 2 times what number will give me positive 6, right? That is the question. Well, I know 2 times 3 is 6. All right, that would work, right? However, it's negative 2. So I know negative 2 times positive 3. Negative times positive will give me negative 6, so that's not it. However, negative 2 times negative 3, you remember negative times negative will give me positive, will give me 6. So I have to multiply this negative 2 by negative 3. So this x will become positive 6x. So let's do that. If I multiply one term by something, I have to multiply every single number in that equation by the same number, right? So everything in here will get multiplied by negative 3. I will rewrite the first equation, negative 6x plus 5y equals 25. The second equation, now I'm going to apply distributive property, right? The negative 3 will multiply the negative 2x. It will multiply the negative 4y, as well as will multiply the 14. So let's go. Negative 3 times negative 2x is positive at this point 6x. You see, they will cancel, right? Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Don't forget the y, right? Because it's y. Negative 3 times positive 14 is negative, I believe it's negative 42. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, let's check this out. Let's combine our like terms. I know my x, right, will be the caret. I know my y's will be the caret. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to combine these two, right? So let's do this. Guys, and do not be afraid to use calculators because there's no shame in that game, right? And Miss P does like to use calculators at times, especially in these times. So 6x, negative 6x plus 6x. Same number, opposite sign, will cancel itself out at 0. 5y plus 12y is 17y equals 25 minus 42. Well, I want to just be sure it is negative 17. I'm solving for y in this case, so I'm dividing by 17 both sides. This will be 1. 1y equals -1. I solve for y. I'm going to use one of these two equations, and I don't care which one, right, to solve for x, because what did I solve for? I figured out what y is. Now my job is to find x. My pick is gonna be, let's see, well, oh, both of these x's are positive. All right, so it really doesn't matter. Let's say I'm gonna use equation 2 because it has smaller numbers a little bit. So I have -2 times x minus 4y equals 14. Let me erase this. All right, 4y. Did we find y? Yes, we did. We know that y is -1. So everywhere I see y, I will replace that y with -1. So let's do that. -2x minus 4 times y, and what is y? -1, correct? Equals 14. -2x. -4 times -1 is +4 equals 14. Now remember, you're solving for x, isolate the variable, and there's a multiplication between these two, so I'm not going to touch that -2, right? This is the last thing I will undo. Multiply is the last thing. So the +4 has to go over there. Opposite of +4 is -4. And I am left with -2x. This is 0. Equals 14 minus 4 is 10. Divide by -2 both sides. And x equals 10 divided by -2 is -5. So I found my x, which is -5, and found my y, which is -1. Should you want to give it to me as ordered pair, don't forget x comes